and I'm back for my third Comic-Con trailer, which is Kong Skull Island. Now, the whole reason why I heard they're actually coming up with another King Kong movie is in the year 2020, they're supposed to be doing a King Kong versus Godzilla film. Now, there was one back in, I want to say, 1967 or somewhere in the mid to late 60s where they actually did a Godzilla versus King Kong. And, I heard it was cheesy, but then that's what the 60s was. That was another one, another decade where there was a lot of cheesy kind of films. This Comic-Con trailer, I gotta say, this is probably between all three of them. I'm very disappointed with this one. I'm not gonna say the worst, but I gotta say that there's some couple good things about it, which is the people who are actually in it. Tom Hiddleton, Samuel L. Jackson, and John Goodman. They're actually the three that's in it. Now, whenever they do their voiceovers, they actually do Samuel L. Jackson and John Goodman. Now, the thing is, this looks like this is, these two characters look like that they are going to hate each other. They look like they're both going to be the assholes of the film, or either one of them. Usually the asshole in the film never survives, or very little that they do. Well, these two actually survive. Who will actually survive and not survive? Because it's more about the monster. It's more about King Kong. I'm sure it's more, of course, about his island. It's more about the other monsters that hopefully he'll be fighting. This definitely looks a lot different than the Peter Jackson one. The Peter Jackson one actually tried to go back to the 1932 or 33 version of the original King Kong, which King Kong himself was a stop-motion character. And this one, definitely looks like, I'll definitely say the island looks a lot, even though the Peter Jackson one, I liked a lot of stuff about the island when they finally got to that. This one, it looks like that hopefully they just go right into the island. It looks like it actually takes place in the 70s during the Vietnam War, which is kind of an interesting time, but there was also a version of King Kong in the 70s starring Jeff Bridges too. Sorry, I just got to throw in that little small things here and there about other King Kongs too. And the thing was, I will be honest, King Kong was never really, to me, the most interesting monster. Between him and between Godzilla, especially because these two are going to be versing each other sometime in around 4 years or so. For some reason with Godzilla, he fought other monsters. He always had some great stories. I always thought with Godzilla, he had some interesting enemies, even though sometimes he was the villain himself. And there were some really cool things about that. With all the King Kong ones, from the original all the way up to the Peter Jackson one, and even the trailer on this one, he just wasn't always that interesting. Because in this one, they show little glimpses of him, like they'll show his leg, or maybe they'll show his legs, they'll show his back. And they even actually, towards the end of this trailer, they actually even show his face. But it seems like it's kind of blurry, not the greatest. With the actors, I think they'll do a decent job, hopefully. There's an actress that she's blonde. She's, it looks like she has a camera, so I don't know if she's part of the film crew. Because John Goodman's character, he's holding a camera at one point, so there might be some kind of, like I said, a film crew, news crew, whatever, and she's holding a camera. But there's a few reactions that they actually show of her, where there's actually one scene where she's turning around and all the guys with guns are shooting at whatever, and it's probably King Kong. And this one reaction she had, I thought was perfect. So hopefully, maybe even though she didn't talk, and there was voiceover, but really no talking in this one. It seemed like I said, very little on that one. But like I said, out of all three of them, I gotta say this is the one I was really, really disappointed more on there than the other ones. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the trailers are going to be kind of crappy. You go see the movie and it's going to blow my mind. We'll have to see how that goes. So tell me anyways, of all three of these Comic-Con trailers that I did, Wonder Woman, the Lego Batman movie, and now this one, Kong Skull Island, put a comment below. Have you seen these Comic-Con trailers, and what have you thought about them? Did you like this one better than the other ones? Tell me why. Do you agree with me a little bit on that? Also tell me why. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay awesome.